Hi and welcome to today's video where we are going to do a virtual viewing together. We're going to walk around a 4-bedroom house, look at it, review it, check it out, and then even the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake is going to be a conversation that you hear with the agent that I usually have on every single property viewing, all about the numbers, about the property, about the area, and just get some key information that's so important to know if you're going to make a decision about investing on a property. That's very important. So we're going to do this together. Now with COVID happening, so much property viewings are having to take place virtually. So this is going to be a great start for you, because if you're new to investing in property and you're always having to go out and do viewings, and unfortunately due to COVID you can't because of all the restrictions. I know today's the 3rd of December. I'm not too sure what it's going to be when this video is released. It shouldn't be too far down the line. And but you guys just came out of COVID in England, whereas in Wales we were way out of COVID a long time ago, November sometime. But you guys have just came out of the restrictions, and you know, you guys couldn't do any viewings. So the way to do it really is asking the agent, hey, can you walk around? Are you able to walk around? Or are agents able to walk around? Or if you've got property that you need to let still, you go and do yourself a virtual viewing slowly and upload that. And then if you've got potential or prospective tenants, you can show them the video. Or if you're interested in doing a property viewing yourself, some agents, especially the small guys, they're quite happy to go and do a walk around on a property that's unoccupied and upload that, and off you go. If you're allowed to do that, you'd have to check the restrictions. But you know, that's the kind of flexibility and the accommodation that, you know, people could be accommodating. Those are the type of things that you can do. So let's have a look at this property together. I've poured myself a nice little drink, a little strawberry daiquiri, which is a make I've never heard of, and I've realized the quality, it was on the same shelf as Gordon's, and Gordon's is supposed to be good, but it has a slight taste. Yeah, there's a slight taste at the end, no matter how I'm trying to look at this. I've just come up with an amazing idea. I can make my own, because I got a little bit of Bacardi. I've got some peaches. I can blend some peaches, put some ice in it, put some Bacardi in it, and make my own strawberry daiquiri. It'll be a peach daiquiri. If I got strawberries, I can do strawberry daiquiri. Because that one I don't know about. So I'm going to finish this. I'm not going to pour any more because it's not all of that. It's not all that at all. And then, you know, we're going to finish the video. We're going to wrap up the video, okay? So let's get started this viewing, walking around this 4-bedroom house. I'll say 3 again. Let's get started on this viewing, walking around this 4-bedroom house. Check it out. I'm going to commentate as we go around, and as I go around. So I'm the one holding the camera, which you'll probably see my hand all in the camera as we go throughout it. And that's it. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started about right now. So I've got the video propped up right here. So there's the front door. The front door doesn't look in bad condition at all. And then you've got the stairs in front of you. There's a small gap there. Don't you think that gap's quite small? You just have to go in and the stairs are right there. So you've got to really dress that up quite nicely. Make sure you have some lovely Shazam carpet. There's the RCD unit and the fuse box, the electric fuse box, and it's quite bulky. You're gonna have to find a way to box that in. There's the windows. They look not too bad of a condition, believe it or not. They're not too bad. And you know, at least about 10 years old. There's the radiator. Ooh, look at that agent. You can tell she's been home during COVID. Bless her. Lovely. So that is the carpet, which obviously you'd need to change all of that. What here you're just looking at is getting a good idea of the layout of the room. And there's a storage cupboard underneath there. That's a small front room. If you look at it and you step back, you can see that front room's quite small. You go into this room, which is then the kitchen. And the kitchen looks bigger than the living room, much bigger. And it's got that fireplace, which would definitely have to come out. That's in an ugly position. You can see a bit of damp on the wall there in the far corner. But again, another radiator that would have to come out and be changed. And oh gosh, look at that big hole there. What was there? Lord knows. Lord knows. But of course that, I mean, the skirting, the flooring, the kitchen is disgusting, old. I mean, you can keep that for rental. Some people will keep that for rental. Some people will keep that kitchen for rental accommodation. Can you believe it? No, that's so shady. Then you've got a lovely spare cupboard there. That probably had some kind of heater in there or something back in the day before they come and updated it. Because you find some old people live in these houses, right? They update just the boiler system and then just leave all the stuff in there. They don't actually take it out. But they obviously did take theirs out. So that's a modified bathroom for someone who's disabled. So that would have had a bath. So, you can see a bath would have fit in that previous corner, but now they've just taken it out, left it all as a wet room. So moving back through the property, through the kitchen and through the living room. So that kitchen you could really snazz up because of how big it is and turn it into a kitchen diner. If you're really thinking out the box, you could turn that into a kitchen diner. So up the stairs, so I like those kind of stairs, those squared stairs, they're quite nice. Oh, and then you've got that light from that window, which really brings the light in. You can see it's a very small hallway. Isn't that hallway quite small? So you can see that the footprint of the house is not that big when these hallways are so small. Look at the bedroom. But what is that big bulky thing? Oh wow, you see the roof, right? There's leaks coming in through that ceiling there. There's the emergent heater I was talking about. So they did leave it in. There's that emergent heater. It's ugly. It's gotta go. You can make some good money off of those with all the pipes that feed it. Look at that back garden. Hello. That back garden is a nice size, and the houses back there look good too. This house did not look like that, by the way. You'll probably see that when you look outside the other window. I'd be lying if I said it looked like that. Okay, so we've come out of that room and now we've gone immediately to the left, and then there's a standalone WC with a shower. Oh, so technically that's a bathroom. Nice. You can nice that up. Imagine that. Tiles everywhere, matching tiles throughout. Oh, I'd make that window a bit bigger, but that's a cost you don't want to spend. Tiles everywhere with a nice big clean see-through shower screen. It just make the bathroom look so good. Oh, nice. Then you've got this room. This room's quite, I would say, single room. I would say that's a single. Or is that double? That looks like a single room to me. Okay, the roof looks all right. The roof looks like it just could do with a nice little jet wash. That small roof back there. Coming out, then we do another immediate left. Are you guys peeping this carpet? Are you guys peeping this carpet? This carpet's looking disgusting. Very old, very outdated. So you know this is the kind of house you're looking for, right? Those ones where the carpet's brown, the ceilings are green, the walls are black. So yeah, so that's what the house looks like. Did you just see those houses? That is what those houses look like. So this room is a bit bigger than the one just before, but it's an awkward shape. It's quite an awkward shape. I think some of these, yeah, you see they've tried to update some of the electrics. That might have been for the shower actually, and then just put another one in there, because I actually think that would be for the shower. If it's an electric shower, they would probably put some kind of plug socket there to accommodate. Or not, maybe it's just for a plug socket. Now, this is where they've played patch up, and you find that when you go and view some properties, they try and patch up the really bad cracks. In real life, in reality, you would just have to come in and take down that ceiling and put a new ceiling in. That's what I would do for my own peace of mind, is a new ceiling. I wouldn't put nothing on top of that. Some crooked builders want to tell you just to put plug there. Oh, look at me. Am I trying to save the day with this damn fly? Oh, and I did as well. It was stuck on its back. Oh, some girls be stuck like that. They need to turn over and get your life. So that's that window that was on the stairs. I don't know if you guys noticed that before. That was that little window. And, these are really 4 small rooms. I think they put up a partition somewhere to turn it into 4 bedrooms, because what was that? That was the slant to the stairs. You know when you go upstairs and there's a little slant, sometimes it shows in the bedroom just above it. So they try to square that off. That's what that is. Oh, I'm peeping. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm keeping an eye on this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching. And that's that hallway there. That's the stairs. And yeah, it looks like, you see, that's just an overview of how it looks. See, it looks like they could be good sized rooms, but they actually are quite small. So I think 3 bedrooms, 3 good sized bedrooms is better than 4 small bedrooms. That's what I think. So we're back downstairs, and I think this is where we have the conversation with the agent. So I'm going to tone it down and turn this up for you to hear. Stay tuned.
This is a deceased estate, part of a deceased estate. So we've been instructed by the solicitors to market it.
Okay.
Deceased estate?
No.
Do you know much about the area?
The area resolving, yeah. I mean, it lends itself, like I said, if you're kind of born and raised here, you don't tend to leave.
Okay.
Or
That's Wales in general.
Attractive to like first-time buyers and professionals.
Okay.
Because you've got great access to the A465.
Yeah.
Either up to Merthyr or down towards Neath and Swansea.
Yeah.
You know, lends itself, like I said, for people just getting their first kind of foot on the property market, because you know you're on the periphery of the towns, but you've got the great access either way. So no, you're either born and bred here and you don't want to leave, or like I said, it's
That's
a great
Wales.
stepping stone.
That's Wales. And another thing she didn't mention is that sometimes what happens is you do have people move in like me, who moves into these areas where there's not huge numbers, because I'm not too far from Resolvent, just to give you a little bit of where I am. I'm not too far, like I'm not over 20 miles from Resolvent. I give you a big wide gauge. Not over 20 miles away from Resolvent, but you know, you still have people who do move in, because this is right near the M4. From here, you would jump onto the A something something something, and then that A something 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 takes you straight to the M4. I don't know. The reason I'm saying A something something, I don't know. It takes you straight to the M4, and from the M4, you know, people just drive and they go to Bristol, they go to Cardiff, they go to Newport, they go to all the major areas that are off the M4. And that's the beautiful thing about living next to the M4, and that's the good thing about choosing investment locations near busy highways, is because then you can kind of monetize on the ripple effect when it eventually happens. And it happens sometimes in little slow trinkets, you know, little dribs and drabs, until eventually one day, boom, everyone's leaving London and you're like, yes, I'm sitting here with all my properties ready to sell. Sorry, ready to sell to them or ready to let to them, whatever you want to do with them. But that's one thing that you can do. That's one thing that you can do. So let's keep on watching.
In terms of the value once it's done up, do you have an idea of what it would?
I mean, if it remains as a 4-bedder, I'm possibly looking to try to, like I said,
do you think it should remain as a 4-bed, or?
Good question.
Maybe make it like a 3-bed with incorporate maybe the climbing upstairs with an ensuite. Or like I said, keep it as a 3-bed, and like I said, give yourself an upstairs kind of bathroom.
Yes. Okay.
Or maybe
Which is desirable. Upstairs bathrooms are really desirable.
The existing wall where the bathroom is. Yes. They haven't actually done that, if that makes sense. It's a little bit odd.
And yes, I
think it
noticed.
was mainly because maybe it was a council grant to give her maybe a downstairs.
I see. So that would make a lot more extra space. Because currently this is the kitchen, isn't it? So it's got one living area for a big house. That makes sense, actually. For such a big house. So that's probably why it's better to reduce it down as a 3. I can see why you say that now. Or maybe have it as a big kitchen. No, keep it separate. Okay. So with the extension, do you think it would be worth a lot? Would it pay for itself?
110,000.
The extension. Okay.
We added square foot.
And as is
if you kept it and just decorated it, probably 90.
90. Okay, so 20 grand. So probably just about pay for itself.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about rental?
Rental, if again, say it's a 4-bed and not really reconfiguring anything, the yield isn't bad actually. You probably get around maybe 5, possibly 520 per grand a month.
Okay, that's not bad actually. 70. Okay. Alright, cool. And you suggest probably turn it into a 3-bed. That would be most desirable. What makes it fly off the market?
Well, funnily enough, when I was here, my first appointment here were a couple who are in a 3-bed at the moment. They're not on the property market, they rent. So they were either going to try to look for a 4-bed, which they've struggled with.
There's not many 4-beds. I've got one and it flew off.
Purchase-wise, too much for them to take on because they haven't got the money to So they said, well, if an investor bought it and kept it as a 4-bed, then they would actively look to pursue that investor and rent it from them as a 4-bed because there isn't that much of a market.
There's not, because I've got a 4-bed and there's so much demand for it. As soon as the tenant moves out, it's like
this is it.
You fill it like before they move out. Yeah.
You can have it as a 3-bed, but really, I think if it's kind of set up and the rooms aren't terrible sizes.
No, they're not that bad. Especially if you've got children and you have the main one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good food for thought. I forgot that 4-beds are in demand. Actually, you're right. Because everyone always looks for 3. I'm always thinking 3.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you.
Them shoes.
It's okay. With this one, obviously, it's generated a lot of interest.
Yes.
Gotta move
we weren't meant
fast.
to be marketing until next Monday, but there's so much call for it, so we're probably going to have to kind of cut that down.
Okay.
So we're probably going to stop cease market or doing viewings till the end of this week.
Okay.
It's at sealed bids now.
Okay. So now this is your final offer once you submit it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We've already got 3 in above the asking price.
Okay.
So just to bear that in mind if you did want to proceed.
70. Okay. So you say just decorating and keeping it up as 90, we'll have the end value as 90.
90, maybe 95.
Maybe
but
that's
like
90, 85.
110, 150.
Okay, and this is 70, isn't it? 69.
No, 59, 950.
Oh, 59. Oh, there you go. That's right.
Whoa, that's cheap, right? 59,000.
Excellent. All right then, so better act quickly.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, don't apologise. No, not at all. Well, thank you again.
You're very welcome.
And this one doesn't have no major structural issues, does it?
No, I mean, it hasn't been to survey, but not that we can see. I mean, there's some damp in the back bedroom that you probably saw on the roof. But other than that, no, I mean, they're pretty good quality.
Solid houses, aren't they? Yeah. Excellent. Thank
Right.
you.
They are.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Great.
Now, I think I'm going to give you a quick
Can you
tour
hear
of
that
the
noise?
outside.
Oh, let me
See,
just
that's
give
what it
it
looks
to you.
like.
That's over there. There's a little rainforest thing over there. It's beautiful. I'll go over there with my son. And this is it.
And that is the house. So you do get to see, I didn't know I did that at the end. You do get to see the house. So you can see that, you know, the roof is in decent condition. It's not so bad. Then you've got that window there. And then you've got the rest of the other neighbours. It's not too bad. I mean, look, you know, they've done up theirs and that looks decent. So, you know, you heard the numbers. It's on for 59,000. She said resells at 90,000, 95 if you spend a little bit more on it, and if you keep it as and if you do an extension, then you can get about 110. So you can see those numbers. Now, if you're looking to make a profit, I think spending about 15,000 on that property could still reap you in a profit, but people have gone over asking price. Did you hear her say that? They've gone over, and it tells you there's a lot of demand. Now, people were there viewing the property when I was there at the same time. We did move forward with an offer and it was refused, and that's because other people were interested in a lot more. I never did find out what it went for in the end. I'll find out when the 3-month period goes by, and then I can see what it says on land registry, but you know there's a bit of a gap before you can get to see what properties sell for. So that's us doing the viewing together. But that house, if you ask me, that house needed a brand new everything. I would have went in there and done new flooring. I would have taken off that wallpaper and replastered to get that very nice finish. Same with the ceilings. I would have got those completely taken down in the rooms where there would have been water damage. I would have had the roof seen to, so there's definitely issues with the roof that you could see there that had come through the property and ruined the ceilings on the upstairs bedroom, on the first bedroom on the left. Then I would have done a new boiler, getting that merchant heater out because that's so ugly and so just old school. So you want a nice boiler, a nice boiler, central heating, something that just is so easy to get up in the morning and use and get out of the house. Update the electrics, get those all new. You know, I would have probably, I don't think that market would have called for silver finishes, brass steel silver finishes, but I would have, you know, done brand new electrics everywhere. They were outdated, you could see they were, so they needed doing. And I would have put some new doors in as well, put some nice new doors. Downstairs I would have probably had a nice glass door, so when you walk in the light reflects. You know, there was a lot of light already downstairs with that huge window in the kitchen, which allowed for a lot of light to penetrate into that room and therefore into the living room. But the living room space was quite small in comparison to the kitchen, so there's not much you can do with it. I think it would all be down to the staging, the way how you stage the house to really bring out how you could make this your own living room space, and then use that kitchen to be a kitchen diner. So almost as though you have another second living place. Because a lot of the time when you're doing property, you've got to show the person who's coming in to buy, or if you're, he's coming to buy, or if you're letting it, lettings, but you wouldn't stage your lettings. But if someone's coming in to purchase that house, you would need to show them how it works. How do you utilize the area by showing them that? So in that kitchen area, I would have, you know, put some dressing, put another small, lovely table like this one here, or putting, and maybe a little small couch with a TV on the wall to really show them that you can have that as a kitchen living room space. And then towards the back you had that nice big bathroom area as well. You could even have played around with that and had the bathroom upstairs and then utilised that space as a utility area. It depends on where the value comes in, to be honest, because bathrooms are more valuable upstairs than they are downstairs. But losing a bedroom for a bathroom is not usually a sensible thing to do, particularly if there's already a bathroom up there. You don't need to do that. So the question then becomes whether you keep it as a 4-bed or change it into a 3-bed and have it as 3 big bedrooms, or keep it as a 4. Now, I know personally in that area, I know personally that in that area, 4 bedrooms are in demand for rentals. For sales, I'm not so sure. She said not so much. So you can turn it into a 3-bed and it will still make a lot of, there'll still be a lot of interested buyers. But whereas if you're going to hold it on to let, then you would want to keep that as a 4-bed, because there's a lot more demand for 4 beds for lettings, and that's very much true, as you heard me say. So yeah, the ball's in your court, but those numbers sounded quite decent if you were to get it at 60. And that's the thing, a lot of the time properties are advertised for a certain amount. So they're advertised for, say, that £59, but then people are interested up to the amount of 60 or 70. Now, if they're going as high as 60 or 70, once you put your renovation costs on, your solicitor's costs, your purchase and sales costs, you find that your profit margin comes down to like £10,000. And then you've got to decide whether or not that's good enough for you. You know, I usually work to a margin of 20% to 30%. So anything less is a lot more of a risk, and banks will think so as well if you're borrowing, you know, if you're using lending to do that. But anyway, I hope you found that video taught together quite useful. It's nice to, you know, do viewings with someone and check it out. And, you know, due to COVID-19, virtual viewings might be the way forward. We don't know. So it's good to see how it happens. I think I definitely could go a lot more slower and really step back and take a good look at the room and really do a slow tour for you to really get, you know, a good idea of how it looks. But I think it was good nonetheless. So I'll be doing a bit more of those if you like them. So if you do, comment down below and let me know. And then if so, I will do more virtual viewings with y'all where we can look at properties together, comment on them together, and then decide whether it's a good investment or not. For that property, I think it was good if you can get it at 60, because the resale is 90 and you don't want to be spending no more than 15 plus your cost. You know, you're looking at a very small profit margin there. So would I move forward? Okay, well, let's add it up together. If you've got the property's on for 59 and I say, right, 60 plus 15, which takes you to 75, right? Then you've got your buy and sell costs. So let's say your buy and sell costs are another £5,000. So that's 80. That means your profit is £10,000. The question is that a good enough margin for a £90,000 resale? There's no contingency for mistake. I think all the works that need doing, you wouldn't be able to do that for £15,000 unless you're the one doing it yourself, or you can get material costs next to nothing, or you can get labour costs next to nothing. Something has to give. And I wouldn't be able to achieve a full renovation for £15,000. I couldn't do that. So not achieving the finish that I want. And that market doesn't call for high-end finishes, but I would still want it to look nice, you know. I would still want to use the mid-range kitchen, not the low-end, because the low-end kitchen, the brand new low-end kitchen is more for rentals, or, you know, mid to low rentals. So if you're doing a buy to sell, you want mid-range kitchens, mid to high. So a mid-range kitchen, if I can find a picture of one, I'll put one here. A mid-range kitchen that I would want to use in those type of properties, and labor and finishes. I would, and you know, rewiring an entire house, central heating for an entire house, I would not be able to do that for 15. I'd be looking at more like 20 to 23, maybe even 24,000 pounds. So realistically, I'm at 60, then I've got to spend 24,000, which takes me up to 84. If the resale, you know, plus my 5,000 pounds in cost, that's 84 plus 5, 89. Your resale's 90. You make 1,000 pounds profit. Woo! That is fantastic, honey. Not me. So no, I wouldn't move forward with that. You see, it's you know, it's very important that you add up your numbers correctly. But you know, if you can get that 110, if there's a way for it to be worth the 110 without doing the whole extension, then yeah, that would work, because then you would be at more. A lot more. So then, you know, then I'll be interested in offering then, but you know, as at 59, it doesn't work with the margins that you have to spend, with the amount you have to spend. So there you have it. No. No. But what you would do, although that they said offers come in higher, sometimes just to build rapport with the agent, although you don't like really wasting their time, you could still submit an offer, and how you do that is you would work backwards. But I've done a video on how to work out what to offer on a property, and I'll include that in this section right here, and I'll put it down below for you to see it and check it out, and you'll be able to work out the numbers on how you work out what to offer in a property. So I don't want to go through that here right now, because it'll be a whole nother video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'd like to see you again in another video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye.